received so many questions related to masks over the last few days, so let's verify some answers. Our first question, this person says, I saw you on KGW today explaining the face masks, but you did not include churches or houses of worship in that. Could you please let me know if those are required or not? Thank you. And thank you, Rebecca Poole, for that question. So the answer here is yes, but not until phase 2. According to the state, the mask requirements apply to venues. And once we hit phase 2, indoor events will be allowed to happen again, including faith-based gatherings. So masks will be required at church. But remember, Multnomah County is still in phase 1. Gatherings are limited to a maximum of 25 people with physical distancing in place and face coverings strongly recommended during phase 1. All right, our next question here. When Governor Brown announced the new requirement for face coverings starting on Wednesday, she said that she will work with businesses to get access to free face coverings. Would you guys know how to get that? And that's David from Portland Shoe Repair. Okay, so I reached out to the governor's deputy communications director. He told me that, quote, we are working with businesses on the distribution of face coverings as necessary. So when I asked, who should small business owners contact or reach out to, he said you can reach out to the Small Business Navigator. That's a department run by the state of Oregon for information on how to buy masks or to give your contact information for future distributions. And I will put that information on KGW.com. Okay, our next question. Does this order apply to multi-story apartment buildings? Residents change floors almost exclusively by elevators, which are very tight indoor public shared spaces. Are face masks required in this type of situation? Thank you, Doug Hyde, for that question. So the short answer here, no. According to the state, the guidance applies to businesses, so face coverings would not be required in apartment buildings, although they strongly encourage it. Do you have something you want us to verify? Let us know. Shoot us an email at verify@kgw.com.